Hey everybody, it's Dave, and today is December 8th, 2011, a day that will live in infamy. I remember the day in 2004 when a P90X arrived on my doorstep. Actually, Monica and I have one of the first 500 that was produced, and it's got Tony's signature on it, and it's completely destroyed. Wish I had saved one of those and put it aside. But anyway, now it's P90X2, and so that has arrived today. So I want to take you guys through the Ultimate Pack. Again, I got the Ultimate Pack. That's kind of the full meal deal for P90X2 and all the equipment. You may already have some of this equipment, in which case you're not going to need to order an Ultimate Pack. So let me show you what it comes with, and then we'll kind of get down to the nitty-gritty of what it's going to take to get through this. So first of all is the box. This is your base pack. So if you're just getting the DVDs, this is what you're going to get. You're not going to get, I don't think, any equipment with the very, very base pack. So let's talk about what's in the magic box from the base pack. So first things first, we have the fitness guide. Okay, so this is much like the fitness guide for P90X. It's going to guide you through all the different moves that we have. It's also going to talk to you about the fitness philosophy behind P90X2. You know, P90X, great program, but essentially pretty basic. You're switching between push-pull phases and all-pull, all-push. It's kind of the big picture of what's going on. Very, very effective. This is a whole different ballgame. What this is about is performance, okay? So what we're doing with P90X2 is we're building up to the third phase, which is a performance-based phase. So if you're going to try and use this to cross-train for basically any sport, it's really, really going to help you because it's all about performance. So that's the first thing that's in there. Next thing we have is a calendar with the schedule on it for the various phases. One of the things that's pretty cool about P90X2 as well is that the phases are not rigid like they were with P90X. You know, with P90X you have 3 weeks and then recovery and then 3 weeks and then recovery. That's not the deal here. The deal here, again, is performance. So if it takes you more than 3 weeks to master a given skill, whether that's, you know, any of the different phases, then you're allowed to take that time. Maybe you master them quicker, in which case you can go ahead and move on to the next skill. There's a lot of performance-based assessment that goes along with this program, which is one of the things I really, really love about it. It's definitely a step forward in the progression of the program. Next thing, the nutrition guide. We will be spending a lot of time diving into the nutrition guide, getting to know it, getting very friendly with it. A lot of it you will recognize. For example, you will probably be familiar with the 3-phase program. So, you know, you have the fat shredder, the energy booster, and then finally the endurance maximizer. Essentially what's happening there is the 3 phases are changing your macronutrient breakdown. Early on in the program, you have a high protein, moderate carb, moderate fat diet that moves into a high carb, moderate protein, moderate fat diet. And, you know, for me, a lot of people that I've coached through P90X, I never had them go to phase 3. Just too many carbs. So let's talk a little bit about why you would want to switch phases, because I know that confuses a lot of people, and when to switch phases. The issue is performance, again. And so what happens as you go through a program like X2 or P90X or Insanity or any of our programs, really, your performance gets better. As your performance gets better, you're able to do more. You're able to work harder. That means you're working usually at a higher heart rate. Heart rate monitor is going to be an essential piece of fitness equipment for this program as well. I'm not showing you one of those here, but absolutely you need a heart rate monitor because you need to be able to judge how much glycogen you're burning. And one of the easiest ways to do that is how much time you're spending over your anaerobic threshold. Please email me for more questions about that. I know that's a confusing issue, but that's essentially why you would switch phases is as you get further along with the program, you're able to work at a higher intensity level. That means you burn more glycogen. Carbs replenish glycogen. So that's kind of the issue there. Other things I am really, really excited about with this program is that there's a vegan option, which is great. I am not a vegan. As many of you know, if you follow my stuff, I am a paleo diet, primal blueprint sort of person, follower of Mark Sisson and Rob Wolf and all those guys. What's great is we have a grain-free is what it's called in the book, but it's basically a paleo option. That's the one that I'm going to follow. I've been doing that for a couple of years now. I have found it to be extremely effective, really works in my life, and just keying in on carb intake is kind of the easiest thing for me at least to focus on, and I know a lot of other people have had a great deal of success with that. So super excited about the nutrition guide and learning more about that. So then of course we have the workouts. Again, you know, much like the latest version of P90X, they come in this handy little wallet. All your workouts, the fitness guide, fit test, etc. Came with 2 extra workouts. If you order from a coach, you will get 2 extra workouts. Those are P90X 1 workouts, the 4 legs, and then upper body balance, I think, is the other one. Next thing you get with the ultimate pack is this monster. That is a foam roller. As you can see, it has these really big knobs on it, and they don't have a lot of give to them. So I have a foam roller already, and I've been using it for a while. When I got really sort of involved with triathlon, sort of became big in the triathlon world, this idea of using something like a foam roller for self-massage. So mine does not look like this. Mine's just sort of flat. So I'm anticipating that being rather painful, but I'm excited to find out what it's all about. Next thing is an update on an old classic, the power stands designed by Tony Horton himself. I have one of the original, again, original pairs of these that came out, and these are a little bit different. They're a little shorter than the other ones. The other ones were a little bit taller. They have a little bit wider base than the other ones. You can see how big that is. I mean, there's a lot you'll be able to do with these that you're just not going to be able to do with a typical push-up stand. Now, if you have push-up stands and you're happy with them, you think they're stable, again, maybe the deluxe pack is not what you need. One of the cool things about these, though, my quick spiel for these, is this angle here. You see this angle, and a lot of people are tempted to grab this like that and do your push-ups like that. They actually go the other way. So this slants away from you, and what that does is it puts your wrist in a much more aligned and natural position. Tony actually invented these, came up with the patent. He's got it on the wall in his office, and they are really ingenious. So if you struggle with wrist issues and are worried about push-ups, get yourself a pair of these. If nothing else, really one of my favorite pieces of equipment. Genius design and really, really functional. Next thing is an 8-pound medicine ball. And this is really a hard ball, as you can see. If you're like me and you've got some of those smaller balls that are just filled with sand and they're kind of mushy, sometimes those are actually nice for push-ups. That's not what this deal is. This is rock hard. Came with 2 of these. The other piece of equipment, which I just haven't gotten together, is an enormous stability ball. So the program is really going to rely on using stability balls, the medicine balls, as a way to throw your body off of balance, require you to really get your core in shape. So I am super excited. I'm going to give you a little snapshot of what I'm going to do from here on out. Again, today is December 8th. I've already worked out today. I did an asylum workout. So what I'm going to do is tomorrow I'm going to do the fit test, and then I'm just going to start doing the workouts. Start with the phase 1 workouts, do some previews of stuff, and get an idea of what we're trying to accomplish in phase 1, which I know is a foundational phase. And then on January 2nd, hit the ground running, and I'm organizing challenge groups. We're all going to be starting on the same day, or at least most of us will be starting on the same day, and really pick it up and run with it in 2012. So I am quite frankly super excited. As I mentioned earlier, this is a big day for us. People have been involved with Beachbody for a long time. It's a real milestone, I think, for us, and it's really, really exciting to see just the progression of P90X and how much people have really embraced this program and really love it. And now Tony has gone and given us something new to chew on. So there we go. That's the package. That's my plan. Keep watching for regular updates, and let's figure out this nutrition bit as well. All right, guys, take care.